So there's a resident, and his name is Mr. Caruso. His job every day, he comes out and he goes and he turns on the light, he feeds the fish, he checks on them, and then he gets them ready for their day. He goes back to his room. That's his job. So the fish tank is kind of giving him a purpose. He loves that. So I like to do this thing with my clients when I introduce them to the tank, like once it's all done. I do a setup. I put up, like out of PVC, I have a banner, Awesome Aquatics logo. I move it, and then I like to hand them a fish net and say, you're a fish parent now. Congratulations. So they were all really, really excited. And it was kind of light talk, so I said, this is perfect. Now you need to let me put one down in by rehab, and then I can theme them so you'll have Asia, South America, and Africa. We'll have different themed continents. And I'm packing up, and the lady says, and then we'll just pay the maintenance on it? And I said, yeah, absolutely. So that's what they did, and I was not expecting that at all. It's crazy, but all you have to do is ask. So they got a third tank, which we're going to see down here. So business is booming. I have now 3 tanks in one spot. This is the African tank. It's a little green because there's a window over here. My buddy Matt helped me put a background. We wrapped it around the back and then to the side. So it blocks all of that out. Now this tank, like every tank, kind of has a story. The peacock over there, the OB, he's such a jerk. He runs this tank. He runs this tank. When you feed them, he tries to bite your hand. He's so just a jerk. But about 3 months ago, there was a complaint. They said this yellow one over here that I had recently put in, he's going after it. It stopped eating. I don't know why this fish isn't eating, Rob. Why isn't it eating? Well, I said it's probably a female that got snuck in, because that wasn't supposed to happen. These were all supposed to be males. So a female snuck in, and she was in fact holding, and 3 weeks ago I found one baby in there that's about this big. It's still going. So as this is happening, I'm bartending a little bit here and there. I met a client that came to the bar, and we're talking, and then he has 3 fish tanks. So now I have 2 clients. I have 6 fish tanks that I'm responsible for maintaining. So business was going. So I needed to make it real. So I officially became Awesome Aquatics July 14th of last year. So I'm still in my first year of business, but that's really huge to me because my birthday is August 14th. I'm a Leo. You can probably tell sometimes if you know me. But it's the same date, but it's like July, Independence Day month. So it's like, it's that in and of itself, I've learned so much. Like, I call Awesome Aquatics is the island of misfit toys. That's what I am. It's the miscellaneous box, because when you're making a business like this become a business, there's no spot for you, like anywhere. I met with my accountant, and she's asking me, like, so what do you do? And I said, well, fish tanks. Okay, so you're a pet shop. I'm not a pet shop. I clean fish tanks and like I put plants in, and okay, you're a landscaper. I'm not a landscaper. So it's finding the right spot. I think I am classified, like on there, like the code they put in is for a landscaper, because I'm providing a service, kind of like a hairdresser. A perk that I do, like I don't charge my clients for any type of decoration or fish. Because of that, I can get away with not charging sales tax, because I'm not selling you anything. Everything's still Awesome Aquatics property, and it'll be removed. So I went through the same ordeal when I opened up the Awesome Aquatics bank account. What kind of business do you do? Do you do hair? That's what it is. No, it's fish tanks. It's just finding the right spot. And even so, like, I'm doing the Trumbull County Fair. Where would you put me? There's Awesome Aquatics. I got a guy named Daryl over here selling gutter guards. I have Lindsay over here selling touch lamps. And then there's another guy over here selling little bathtubs with the door on the side.
Is his name Daryl too?
Yeah, they're all Daryl. So me and the Daryls are on the Island of Misfit Toys. And it's not only that, but like even in the fish community, like finding a place, like you would think, okay, you do fish tanks, we'll see you at the OCA. But I don't have anything that they would want. I don't have a product to sell. I don't have anything that any of you would want. Because you're in this hobby because you maintain your own fish tanks. You love doing that. That's what I do. I love cleaning my fish tanks. So like, there's really not a spot. So that was kind of hard to learn because it's like, where do I go? So I'm Island of Misfit Toys. I'm okay with it. I sell fish tanks. I usually do leasing is what I do. If you wanted a fish tank, I would show you pictures of what I have on inventory. You would pick out your inventory, like your picture from the inventory, and then I would charge you $100. That's your installation fee. I'm going to set it up for you and then provide you everything. Tank, filter, light, equipment, all of that. Fish, decorations. All you have to do is pay me the monthly fee and enjoy your tank. Because that's what the hobby should be. That's what it should be for. Not spending a ton of money. But I didn't really have everything worked out. Like I still had holes in my business plan. Like, I don't know what to do if this happens, or what if somebody doesn't want to give the tank back? So I'm not proud of this at all, but it's okay. I called a competitor. He was out of Willoughby, and I just said, you know, I live in Medina. I live in Menor. And I need a fish tank. And he's like, oh, what part of Menor? I'm up off the strip, you know. Yeah, I have no idea. I just said, this is what I want, this is what I do. And he had a good business plan, and it was pretty in line with what I do. And I thought, okay, I'm so slick. 2 months later, my phone rang, and I answer the phone, thanks for calling Awesome Aquatics. And the guy says, hi, I'm returning a call. I had your name down that you were interested in the fish tank, but it looks like you're a pet shop. So the jig was up, and we talked, and we're actually really good friends now. And like, it was so funny, we kind of laughed about it, but like, if I have a client up in the Cleveland area, I can give them to him. And if he gets a call from somebody down by Youngstown or Columbiana or Niles, he calls me and says, hey, can you take care of this? It's closer to you, so it makes sense. There's another one out of Parma. They only do saltwater. I do not do saltwater. So we kind of have like a partnership. But like if I ever get a saltwater call, I refer them to them. And if they get freshwater, they usually send them to me. So it works out. Like we're friends and everything, like it works together. So the problem that I hit was I would get phone calls of people saying, well, I don't really want to lease, I want to buy a tank. You get a lot of tire kickers too. You get a lot of, I don't need a service, my water's green, what do I do? So I started charging, if you're not under a contract with me, I do yearly contracts. I charge $25 for a service fee. If you need a clean, it's $25 plus $1 per gallon for me to get there. And I do different brackets, because I'll go anywhere if I really need to, but I charge by the county. As it gets farther out, it's going to go up a little bit. And then another problem though was that people, I just want to buy a tank, but I want you to set it up and get it going. Nobody has a lot of money to put down on a tank. Like, I'm trying to be affordable, is what I'm doing. I'm trying to make it not be so expensive all up front, you know what I mean? So I thought, how can I fix this? I went out and I met with 2 different lenders. I can now finance you a fish tank. I can sell you a fish tank. I have a company that I work with out of New Jersey, Central Pet. They will send me product. The downside is that product comes to my home via semi-truck. My neighbors love me. So that's the downside. But I can get anything wholesale, and then I can sell it to you. I have lenders, they'll finance you for everything. The perk with me that you wouldn't necessarily get with PetSmart or another big box store is that they're probably just gonna finance you the tank. I can finance you anything. I can finance up to $10,000 of aquarium. So we could do a larger tank. You want a canister filter, you want decorations, gravel, sand. I can even finance you for a whole year's of maintenance and just roll it up. And you're gonna be at about $100, maybe 130 a month for about maybe 3 years. They usually won't go past 6 years, so. But it's a good deal. I mean, if you really want a fish tank, this is another client of mine. His name is Chris, and he's one of my favorites. I love cleaning his tank. This looks a little rough, and he gets so mad because I always film it after I clean it. Because it looks so great, and then I tear this thing apart. And then everything just needs to settle. But what I like about Chris is that Chris knows what he likes. He has 2 fish tanks in a factory. He has the fish tank here. It is home. Chris loves gouramis. He knows he loves gouramis. So he has 2 blue gouramis, there's a gold gourami, 2 snake skins, and I got him 3 moonlight gouramis and 3 pearl gouramis for his office tanks. He also loves Star Wars. His whole room is decked out in like different movie stuff. So I got him Star Wars decorations. He's fantastic. So I got him these. And then another big thing, because I really try to connect with my clients, he had a leporanus years ago, and it died. It passed away. He had another guy maintaining his tank, and it died. They were sitting on their couch watching TV, and everything slowly passed away. And he was calling frantically, and they wouldn't answer the phone. So Awesome Aquatics, if you ever have a problem, I'm there 24 hours a day. I can be there. Every tank, every client has a bottle of Prime that I give them. So if anything happens, put that in. I now have a 48-hour window, but I'll try to get there as soon as I can. But because of that, I had gotten Chris a leporanus, and it's his favorite thing. His name is Jaws. He's back there. He was so small, and now he's about this big. With a 72 bow front. And there's all this gouramis. I still got him a Pleco too. There it is. All these hands on.
Where'd you get your Star Wars decorations?
I found all of these at Awesome Aquatics in Brooksville. So a lot of the problem is that you would think I might be killing the pet store industry. Not really an industry, but I mean like, because my clients don't have to go there because I'm providing them with everything. But I'm using them. I'm going to these stores. I have good relationships with them. I'm purchasing their stuff. I love that guy. So like, and I always advertise for them, and I'll show them like all of this stuff. This came from Awesome Aquatics. Actually, George has it when he does his commercials, like on Facebook. He'll post like his TikToks. So I do the same now. So we kind of have little TikTok battles going. It's kind of fun.
How are you on TikTok,
Just Awesome Aquatics. This is the work tank. This is one of them. Make it bigger for you. So it's Star Wars because everybody there just loves Star Wars. He loves gouramis, so there's a gourami for him, and then I think there's some platies. There's platies in there now. There's white skirts and there's a Pleco and some reservoirs. It's a 20 tall. It's a small tank, but I use the space that I have. The plants back there, they're supposed to be for like the lightsabers in Star Wars, the different colors that they were. So that's why I put those there.
What'd you say?
I like the sound too.
Oh.
So I do a lot of TikTok videos for the client tanks, and they absolutely love seeing their tanks come through on Facebook. This is the other tank. This is a 26-gallon tall that I do for them. So there's not much. I've added more. There's the Buenos Aires tetras. The glow tetra passed away. There's the Denison barbs. There's an angelfish in here somewhere. It was really small. It's getting bigger, and I like to play with it when I'm cleaning the tank. I'll like this with my finger, and he'll come up and try to fight me. And then I have the pearl grommies in here. So it's really cool because I don't really tell them when I'm going to bring fish. Like I just do my maintenance, but sometimes I bring them, and then it's like, oh, we have more coworkers in here. At the nursing home, I call them residents. There's the angel right there. But I like to keep them busy, active tanks. And what's really cool about this is like, I wish every client understood, like they see the fish swimming like this and they're all crazy, they'll go up to the tank and the fish will follow their fingers. Every single client immediately goes to, oh my God, they're so hungry, I gotta feed them. They always do. And I had to make a Facebook post about this on there one day. It was like, you feed your fish out of love, but what you really should do is restrain on the feedings out of love, because you're making the water toxic. I've gone in and all the fish are like at the surface mouthing, because the water's kind of ammonia-like and it needs a water change bad.
How often do you do water changes on this tank?
So I do it once a month. The nursing home gets a lot of traffic, a lot of people in there. So, and those are bigger tanks. So I'll usually go there once every other week, every 2 weeks, sometimes every week. I definitely make it a point that if like Easter is on Sunday, I want to get everybody done that week so that when you have family over, your tank doesn't look like a junkyard. I want it to be nice and clean. Because my name is on this, Awesome Aquatics. This is my work. I don't want it to be junky. I don't have dirty tanks. It's gonna be perfect. And then if I ever have to come back because something happened, it's not extra. Because like I said, this is my job to make sure that your tank is perfectly clean. So clients have been filling in. Right now I have 11 clients, but I have 15 tanks that I do. Because some have multiples. Once you start, they usually don't leave. They usually just add more because they get hooked. And what I've found is like, I'm realizing what a nerd I am talking about, like the fish and everything that I just love. Because a lot of these people don't understand. Like I've had people say, I just want a fish tank, make it nice and pretty. I don't care about learning about the filtration or the fish. Just make it nice. I want to come home and sit and relax in front of it. That's it. And that's okay. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to make this so you have something to relax in front of. That's what it's for. Other people, they really get into it. I have a tank that I really want to show you guys. I met this family. This was about 2 months ago, and it's on the book. I met them. They had just purchased a home, and let me find this. Okay, so they just purchased a home. They did their walkthrough, and in the basement there was a fish tank. There was a fish tank in the basement. So they put in their offer. They got the house. They're walking through, and the fish tank is still there. Why is this fish tank in our basement? So they didn't know what to do, so they called me, Awesome Aquatics. So this is the video, and this is really stop this. So they had this fish tank, and they said it's just in the basement. It has a bunch of glowfish, but we don't know what to do, and we're afraid we're going to kill everything. So a day before I met with them, I said, I'm going to be coming to clean your tank tomorrow. They hit me back with, actually, can you move it upstairs for us? This is a 75-gallon tank, but the point is that was so awesome that they wanted to do that. It was only 5 steps. It's just over here, but they moved in. They had this fish tank. How many people would do that? Just get this thing out of here. I don't want it. They want to move this tank from their basement up to their rec room to be with their family so their kids can watch it and enjoy it. That was huge. To me, that's amazing. We need more people like that. So I made this little video, and I love this because I do the TikTok, so this is the TikTok. This is the tank as I found it. It was in their basement. It had some Skittles on the bottom. But the fish are huge. I mean, for glow tetras, they've had them for a while. This is a really good tank. It needed some cleaning up. I moved it. I asked what they wanted, and they really didn't know. They just said, make it colorful. Just make it colorful. So, say no more. I took out the gravel and I put in sand. I really like cleaning with sand because it doesn't, like all the dirt sits on top of it. It's just so easy for me. I use pull filter sand. So that's what this is. I moved the tank and I put the sand in. Obviously it's gonna be cloudy. I put in their fish and their decorations. That was the first visit. I came back about 2 weeks later because there was a shortage on everything and I couldn't get supply. I had some decorations that I put in. I added another bag of sand to make it cover the whole bottom. And then this is where we're at now. So that's what we turned it into. So there's that. But I have a video of this tank that looks amazing. It turned a corner. And I love that their kids, they sit and they watch this tank. That's perfect because that's the future of the hobby. This is going to be their tank. There you go. It has the glowfish. I added some Colombian tetras. I added some tiger barbs. You're going to see them swimming by here in a minute. And then they have 2 Paleotis cory cats in here, which is really cool too. And they actually breed for them. They told me that they've, only 20 seconds. They told me that they get babies in here. So that's awesome. So from where the tank was to where it is now, it's just fantastic and they love it. And I add fish to this tank every time I go because it's just, it needs to be a nice busy tank. And then another client that I have, this is one that I just picked up too at the beginning of the year. This is Victor. Victor has a 150-gallon tank. He had it sitting there. His cats used to play in the tank as little playpen. I feel like he used to get cold feet because if you have a 150-gallon box sitting right in front of you, that's intimidating. And to set it up, it's a lot. So we moved the tank to his living room, and this is what we did. And immediately, like right off the rip, I took him to RMS after we got it set up. And it was just, I need to have this. I want these angels. Oh, but look, these grommies. I need pearl grommies. Are those mollies? I don't like mollies because I kill them like it's my job. So I try to like not use them. He loves them and he's having great success with them. There's banjo cats, which I've never had before, but I didn't know that they play dead all the time and bury their faces into the ground. So this tank is so deep. It's almost 3 feet deep. He has these big like grabbers for he used to use to get cat toys out from underneath the refrigerator. That's what we have to use to get to the bottom because it's just so deep. I love doing this tank for him. He's very active, and every time he has iridescent sharks in here too. Every time he's always getting more fish, and I love that. He's a great fish keeper. I really want to show you the iridescent sharks that went hiding. This is them right now. They're fun videos. So these things are huge now. I know they're going to get a lot bigger, and I have a place for them to go, but the residents just love this. What I like to do is I give each tank a hashtag. This is the hashtag Shark Tank. The colorful tank that I did, that's hashtag Fish Planet. And the purpose of that is that if you do your Facebook searches and put in that hashtag, my clients can just do that, and they're going to...
These are rare tiger anglers, and this is a coral reef. It's a viral...
So when they do that, they're going to pull up videos of their tanks. They can see these things. So, Awesome Aquatics has grown from just one tank last year to having 11 clients and 15 tanks. That's my progress, and I don't really know if that's good, but that's where I'm at. I like to put it in perspective, but it's kind of hard to, being miscellaneous, as 15 doesn't seem like a lot. If I was a cake decorator, I did 15 cakes this month. But it's a residual thing, and I get more and more each month. So, that's it. If you have any questions.
I have a question about, do you bring water or you use their water? How do you treat it?
No, listen, so this is really bad. I don't bring my own water. I use my own stuff. I use my buckets. I can clean a fish tank and put fish in the same day. A trick that I like to use, I got this stuff. I found it on Amazon. These crystals, this is sodium thiosulfate. Sodium thiosulfate is the first ingredient in stress pill and in all of your water chlorinators. So I just take like some sprinkles of this and throw it in there, and it literally, it dechlorinates instantly. So the only other problem that I had was nobody has a sink that I can put a bucket in. So I've tried reversing the siphon until my client's kitchen sink got so hot it literally melted the end. It's crazy. So, backup plan. Thank God for hospitals. I have a bedpan that I take with me, and it fits in every sink, and I can just dump it right in there. Perfect. So there's that. Oh, you know what else? I brought another thing. This is really cool. So I'm doing another tank. I have a new client, and it's actually it's called Guns and Hoses Catering and Cafe. It's a restaurant. Guns and Hoses. The guy and his wife, he's a paramedic. So he's a first responder. He's a firefighter and a paramedic. So I knew, okay, this tank has to have everything paramedic and first responders and all of that stuff. So just like I did this, I'm working on a really cool background. It's going to be their logo, but because it's vertical on both sides, I can fit their menu. So you're looking at a fish tank, but you can see the cool stuff that they have. But for decorations, I needed a police car and a fire truck. And I want to show you this because this was 2 months of awfulness. This police car right here, and it blows bubbles out the tailpipe. I have this, listen, I got a fire truck. These are really, really cool. This is all that I need. I need to have these in this fish tank because this is Guns and Hoses. This is what they are. I need these. So I'm online. I found them. It was so hard. These are the simplest things. Why am I having this much trouble? Here's an ambulance. I have to have these in this fish tank. I found one set, and I'm like, okay, sweet, this is going to be perfect. This is the part that they're really going to love because it's a firefighter hat and it has the hose. I need to have these. So I called this company and I ordered them. And I said, great, I just need them shipped to me. They were in British Columbia. I'm in Niles, Ohio. They said, I'm so sorry, we can't ship internationally. I have to have these. I have to. So it was a whole thing. I tried everything. I will pay double. I paid in Canadian dollars. It was like 50 of our dollars, 70 of theirs. I'll pay double. I need you to get these. No, I can't do that. I'll drive to the borders, toss them over the fence. I have to have these. So I have a friend that lives in London, Ontario. He purchased them. They refunded me. He purchased them. Had them shipped to his home from British Columbia to Ontario, and then he just slapped my address label over top of their label, and then it got shipped to me. This was stupid. This is the simplest thing. Why can't I go to PetSmart and find an ambulance? Why? No, I called everybody.
try Amazon?
I tried Amazon, that's where I found these. I tried dogs, nobody could even order them, it wasn't even a thing on there. It's just, they had the Amazon, or ambulance in the search, nothing. So,
Rob, why don't you try like ceramic shops?
like, nobody had anything. And I really didn't want to because it was kind of like,